Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm doing another video. Now I'm back doing another little series of interviews, which is very exciting. In this series I will be interviewing some of the contestants from The Voice Kids 2023, and today I'm interviewing Niamh, who was a finalist on the series, and we're going to be chatting about her time on the show, what it was like being part of Team Ronan, and what it was like performing in the finals. So please welcome Niamh.
Hi, my name is Niamh Noade and I was a finalist on The Voice Kids 2023.
Thank you so much for joining me, Niamh. So today we're going to be talking about your time on The Voice Kids, and I'll hopefully be finding out a bit more about your journey on the show. So to start off the interview, what was it like auditioning to be on the show of The Voice Kids?
Well, I had to go through a series of auditions. The first one was online audition on Zoom. Because I didn't really want to go over with the harp. But then when I got callbacks, I actually travelled over to London with the harp, and I was auditioning in front of a panel, which was quite nerve-wracking, but it was a great experience to go over there.
Yeah, the auditions sound like they were quite a fun experience. You know, you had the two sides, you had the online one and you had the one in real life. Now, obviously you got onto the show, which is really, really exciting. But how did you feel when you found out that you would be going on such an exciting TV show?
Well, I could not believe it. I was so excited and I was so happy that I actually was given the opportunity to be on The Voice Kids, as I always watched The Voice Kids since I was very young, and I could not believe that I was actually going to be on it. So
I imagine it must have been such an exciting and an emotional maybe time as well, because, you know, it's such a big thing to do in your career. Now, obviously, you've got onto the show, you've done the auditions, and the first round of The Voice Kids is the blind audition. So how did it feel walking out onto the stage for the first time and doing your blind audition?
Well, it was really nerve-wracking walking out on the big stage, but I was also really, really excited to be able to perform with my harp. And the stage was actually massive, so it was really nerve-wracking walking across it, but as soon as I started singing, all my nerves just went away. And I think The Winner Takes It All was such a great song choice as well, and it has got such a great response from everyone from all over the world, as it's gone viral and everything, which is so amazing. I'm totally overwhelmed by all the support.
Yeah, your blind audition was fantastic, and like you said with your song choice, I think because it's such a well-known song and you put your own twist to it, it was a definite success. So there are a load of amazing singers in the music industry, and I wanted to know, if you had a favourite musician, or is there anybody who inspires you to do what you do?
Well, I listen to a lot of other artists, but I think my favourite probably is Olivia Rodrigo, just because she's got such a beautiful voice, and her songs are so powerful and everything.
Yeah, Olivia's songs are absolutely incredible, and I can see why you would admire her. So going back to your blind audition, you sang, like you said, The Winner Takes It All, and one of the people who turned for you was Ronan. Now, how did it feel when Ronan turned for you, and what was it like being on his team?
Well, I could not believe that Ronan turned for me, and he turned in literally 4 seconds, which I was so happy about. And I knew from the start I was going to pick him because he is from Ireland, and I was a big fan of him when I was younger. And I was so happy that I was going to be in Team Ronan, and everyone on Team Ronan was so really, really nice and everything. So I was really happy to be on Team Ronan.
Yeah, I imagine Ronan was an amazing mentor. I mean, he seemed just so lovely to be around as well. And like you were saying about being on the team, you could see how close everybody was on that team. So it was fantastic that happened. Now, after the blind audition, you then were on Team Ronan, you worked with the other members of the group, and you had to go into the battle round. So what was it like being in the battle?
Well, the battles was quite nerve-wracking as well, but I was so happy that I was getting to perform with my team, and I really loved the song that we got. I really think it's got a really powerful message as well, and I think it suited all of our voices, and it was so great to perform it with my team, as everyone's got such unique styles of voices and everything, so it was really unique.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a fantastic song choice. And like you said, the song kind of allowed everybody to have their own shining moment. And I think it was just a fantastic performance. So Ronan picked you to be in the final, which was fantastic. And I imagine that moment when he told you that must have felt absolutely incredible. So how did you feel when you found out that you would be going through to the final?
I could not believe that I was going to be going to the final. I never thought in a million years that I would get this far anyway, and I was so excited when he picked me. I just could not believe it, as everyone in my team was so amazing, and I think any of us deserve to get that final spot.
Yeah, I can imagine it must have felt absolutely incredible. And what I love about the finals as well is it gives you another chance to do a solo performance, because it gives you another chance to shine. And like with your harp, you got to show that off again. So talking about the finals, what was it like performing in the finals? It must have been incredible.
I was so happy to be performing in the finals, and I loved the song choice. It was one of my favourite songs when I was younger. So I was really, really excited when Ronan told me the song. And just walking out on that stage again and like performing that song, I just put my heart and soul into it. And it was the first song that I actually moved away from the harp and just sang by myself. So it was really different and a great experience for me.
Yeah, it was an incredible performance, and it must have been, like you said, a great experience. And I think Ronan seems to have a good theme of picking good songs as well. Now, obviously, The Voice Kids has finished airing on TV. Like you said, you've had an amazing response since the show. Now, I was just wondering, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Have you got any goals or anything that you'd like to achieve?
Well, hopefully in 5 years' time, hopefully I have written a few more songs and published them, and I hope to continue growing my pages on Facebook and Instagram, as well as TikTok and YouTube, and hopefully I will have developed into a unique artist, hopefully with my harp. So I really hope to just grow as an artist in the next 5 years.
These are some great goals, and I have no doubt that you will, and I wish you all the luck for it. Now, I have one more question for you, and I just wanted to know, do you have any stories or memories or really anything that you'd like to talk about from your time on The Voice Kids?
Well, one memory that sticks out to me probably is like taking the harp everywhere, like getting it on the plane and getting it into loads of different cars. Like it was such a hassle, to be honest, and like the harp string just kept breaking like a lot of the time because of the tension from the airplane. So that was really funny. But I think my most favourite story probably was the final night, like after the final, and when we all went back to the hotel and we were all singing and dancing and everything, and we just had like a great night.
Oh, it's lovely to hear that you all kind of had so much fun after the final. Obviously, I imagine as fun as the final was, it must have been a little bit nerve-wracking as well. So it must have been great to have that fun afterwards. And like you said about the harp, I guess like you would never imagine that if by it being in a plane that the things would break. So thank you for sharing those two moments. Now, Niamh, it's been lovely chatting with you today, and I wanted to thank you for taking the time out to come and chat to me.
Oh, it's okay. I have such a great time chatting to you.
Oh, I'm really, really glad. And I hope that everybody who watched this interview found out a bit more about Niamh and her time on The Voice Kids. And I will see you very soon for another interview. Bye, guys.